coming at you with another ridiculous hat here at Snowfalls Farm. Good morning, everybody. So we got, oh man, I don't know, 4 inches of some sort of sleet concoction here. I don't think I'm going to be able to plow my back road the way I usually do. Looks like we're going to have quite a bit of problem. I just got really stuck trying to just plow out the regular driveway. So we'll see what kind of damage we can do in clearing out the parking area and around the front of the homestead here. So I got a snow sport plow. Oh man, I guess this is the 3rd winter with it. The first winter I had an attachment on my lawn tractor. It was a 42-inch snowblower. Those are awful. They might be good in some areas, but not for Maine. So we have a snow sport on the front of my Ram 1500, and it's a mechanical plow. So it's got no hydraulics at all. It moves with the terrain and with the snow. Let me give you a quick tour of it here. Basically, the way it works is when you're pushing forward, the plow engages with the snow and goes in this upright position and digs down to push the snow out of the way. And it's got these 2 big 1-inch pieces of foam that helps to, rubber, that helps to keep the snow inside the plow blade because it has no directionality. They do have some of them that you can angle, left or right to clear a driveway. Mine is just a straight push, which works pretty good for my application. There are times when I wish I could angle it out to push the banks back and stuff, but so when you back up, it feathers out. Okay, like that. So there's no lifting, there's no dropping. It feathers out and it lays down on top of the snow and kind of, works that way. So you can see I might have it set a little bit low on the front of the truck, but I like that pushes on the plow nice and evenly. It gets the most push with those vertical steel pieces you can see here. So I think it limits the amount of travel it has up, because I've heard it hit the carrying pieces at the top before when I get in really deep snow. So, but most of the time, 99% of the time, it's totally fine. Another added benefit of the bumpers on the outside is they will lift the plow up if it hits anything, that would otherwise ruin the aluminum plow. So it's got a solid steel frame, goes into a 2-inch receiver in the front of the truck that I installed. It's a professional receiver. I hate it. It's really low to the ground. I wish I could flip it to make it higher and come through the grill behind the license plate or something, but it is what it is. So it's got a really low push, which is good for the plow, but it gets hung up on everything when you're driving around off-road and stuff, so that's not so great. But I love this thing. We're pushing this crazy, like, sleet, like just thick, heavy sleet. So I'll push it into the snowbank and let you watch the whole process. One thing, if you have a plow like this, is you need a lot of area. Okay, so luckily I have an entire field, to push snow into. So I have space to spare. So I try to push as much snow, this way as I can to clear out all this space. I do have the driveway coming in, so I try to push that out and then push it this way. So I have a 100-foot long snowbank here. It can't push it up, it can only push it forward. So let me show you how it works. see what it's capable of. It's a great little plow if you don't want to have all the complications of a, you know, hydraulic system, more stuff to break. It goes into a lockdown position here at the top, so you can drive it around. It's got a couple pins. You just have to lift it up, and like that, you can go down the road. They say up to 45, 50, I think, is the max. But I think that's just a legal, you know, lawyer type thing. But yeah, it's served us really well. It looks like it would really last forever unless you got it on something substantial. And because it's got the rubber cutting edge on the bottom instead of, you know, the classic metal cutting edge, it will not muck up or mire your yard and roll the, you know, I'm sure you've seen yards get rolled over by the metal cutting edge. So this floats on top of it. And this rocker is the really important part for it to be up off the snow when you back up with the plow. So all in all, it's a great little thing. A couple things I wish it did. I wish, as you can see, that it would dig down a little bit better, especially with this heavy stuff, heavy wet snow, sleet like this. It also has no back drag functionality at all. And there's a couple really tight spots that I wish I could back drag. I have to use a snowblower or hand move it to clear those areas out. So I wish that it did a little bit more back dragging. They had straps for these. I don't know if they still do. That gives it a little bit more down pressure. I've tried to replicate that with straps myself to no avail. It really performed pretty cruddily. So, but all in all, you just have to push snow a lot more. You know, if you're not cutting down to the ground the first pass, if you keep hitting it over and over and over again, you usually get a little bit better, you know, plow action, a little bit better depth. So, that being said, over the course of the winter, you end up with kind of, instead of your driveway being at gravel level, which I don't know if anybody's really gets to gravel level even with a snowblower, you get a layer of packed snow over the course of the winter that gets thicker. So in the spring you can end up with some sinkholes and areas where, you know, you might have some melting and ruts and stuff form. It's just inevitable. I mean, springtime is a mess anywhere anyway. So especially Maine, it can be quite awful. But you make do. Most of the year it's fine and does the job. This would be a nightmare to try to move with anything other than a plow. A snowblower would not touch it. A shovel would just be backbreaking, awful work. It rolls everywhere. It's like pushing water. I'm sure you can see in the video. So, but I'm just gonna clean up some more. You can see that last push, I really showered it out the sides a little bit. You should see this thing with powdered snow though. It's crazy. There's like an angle to it, so it really curls it up over the top, and I can push ridiculous amounts of snow with the truck. So I'm limping on old tires right now though. I have brand new ones to put on. It's just the school shop that puts them on for me has been closed due to COVID and stuff, so I haven't been able to get my new tires on, which would make a huge difference pushing this stuff around. So I'd probably be able to plow the back trail pretty easy with the new tires, but I know if I tried it right now, I would get totally stopped up and probably slide down the bank towards the river, and I would be there until spring, unless I had a friend with a tractor come over. So, but I don't have friends, so it doesn't matter. Just kidding, kind of. All right, so we'll finish plowing this out and get it looking good for non-four-wheel drive cars, which is every other car we have.
We're stuck again. Gonna have to get the sand out. I slid into that snowbank behind me there. So I should be able to lift the plow up, dig out a little bit, and come out the front. Really what I'd like to do is get enough cleared out that I can make a push through here, because that's my main way of getting wood to the boiler. You can see smoking off in the background there. So that's kind of an important pathway right there. So, but this is not digging down very well. I mean, you can see it's a lot of sleet still sitting on the ground. And I've taken a bunch of passes through here, so that's not so good. All right, we'll get some sand under the truck tires. Can I back out? Can I back out around this? Yeah, I bet I can. I think I can back out around that. All right, we'll try that.